So I've just finished watching Oppenheimer, and I'm a big movie fan. I like going to the movies, and I understand why critics would have rated it well. I'm not a critic, but just from a standard viewer's viewpoint, I didn't really like it. I may be too simple to grasp the brilliance of the film, and I probably am, and get mad at me if you want to, but in my opinion, these three things were what let it down for me. Number one was visually, I felt like it was pretty bland, and like for 3 hours of cinema, I felt like it was a good 95% just people talking to each other, which I think was a missed opportunity. Of course, like the bomb explosion was great and everything like that, but the other 95% was just people talking, and I don't know, to just sit there for 3 hours and look at people talking didn't really do it for me. For me, following with the timelines, there was like 3 different timelines and it was just jumping back and forth. I don't know, I just couldn't be bothered keeping up with it. It just kind of added to the complexity I felt, and I kind of just zoned out from it and just let it happen. And I don't think I was able to appreciate it as much because I was just so confused. And then the third thing that I felt kind of didn't do it for me was the fact that the dialogue was pretty confusing. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to comprehend it, but the amount of names that they were just throwing around that I couldn't remember who was who, and a lot of like language I didn't understand. I don't understand quantum physics or legalities of the courtrooms back in whatever year this was. And I don't know, it was just a lot of like legal jargon and names getting thrown around that I didn't understand, and then they'd switch the timeline and it was more of that on a different timeline. And I don't know, it was just a good fat 3 hours of that for me. And again, not trying to bag it out, this is just my personal opinion. I wouldn't see it again, but I can understand why people who are smarter than me and are able to follow along easier would have loved it. And I'm sure the critics went crazy over it because they just tend to like that stuff. But yeah, that's it. I don't know. What do you guys think?